it was very difficult getting guests. At the beginning, all the big stars wanted to be on it, but once the show began tanking, nobody wanted to be on it. And we had, Tyne Daly was on Cagney and Lacey at the time, and I ran into her at somebody's party, and I said, "Would you like to be on the Dolly Parton show?" I think I'd had a cocktail. And she said, "Only if I can sing." And I said, "You sing?" She said, "Oh yeah." She said, "I can sing." And I really want to sing, and they never let me sing. But she'll let me sing, I'll come do the show. So we went back into a meeting, and I said, "We have to give Tyne Daly a song." And they all looked at me like I was out of my mind. And we started talking about it, and we had a segment where Dolly played a truck stop waitress. And she had a diner along the highway, and stars would come in. It was actually supposed to be sketches, but nothing ever worked out. I said, "Why don't we put Tyne Daly in the truck stop? Let's make her a truck driver, and she's got the blues, and she sings some blues song while she's sitting at the counter." And so we pitched that to her, and she said yes, and she came in with a bunch of songs that she wanted to sing. And that was what we did. We shot that, and it was terrific. I said it was really terrific. And Barry Brown, who's a producer on Broadway, who produced a big flop musical I wrote called Platinum, is a good friend of mine. And I was at his house that night watching, and I said, well, "Let's watch the show," because this is before people would VCR like crazy. "Let's watch the show," and we watched the show. And Tyne came out and she sang that thing, and Barry looked at her and looked at it and said, "I bet she could play Mama Rose in Gypsy." And he had produced the Angela Lansbury revival of Gypsy, and he was always looking to do another revival. And so he called Arthur Lawrence and said, "I just saw Tyne Daly sing, and I think she could play Rose." And Arthur said, "Let's look at her." So they called her up and they said, "Would you come to New York and sing Some People?" And she flew into New York, and she sat there with Julie Stein, Stephen Sondheim, and Arthur, and she sang Some People. And they said, "You got it, you're in." And they built this revival of Gypsy around her. And of course, it changed her life. She became a big Broadway musical star, and it became the second act of her career. And what can I say? It all happened because of the Dolly Parton show.